What destroyed your childhood? I grew up in a religious community where kids were required to confess the sins of everyone they knew, and if you refused to betray your friends and family, you'd be tortured. Master Calvin said that children were naturally closer to God, making us perfect vessels for exposing the devil's work in our community. My parents nodded along with other families, proud that their children were being trained as righteous informants who would help purify our congregation through sacred betrayal. Every Sunday evening, Master Calvin would call each child forward and demand we tell the congregation every sin we'd witnessed from our friends and families. God sees everything through your innocent eyes, he'd boom from the pulpit, and he expects you to cleanse our community by speaking his truth. My parents would beam with pride whenever I stood up to destroy someone's reputation, whispering about how blessed they were to have such a spiritually gifted daughter. We were expected to spy on everyone in our lives, documenting their private conversations and secret behaviors. You're not tattling, you're saving souls, Master Calvin would say. Every secret you expose helps us cast out demons and bring sinners back to righteousness. He'd stroke our heads while explaining that God rewarded children who betrayed their loved ones with eternal paradise, while those who showed loyalty to family over faith would burn forever. My friends and I wondered what would happen if one week we had nothing to confess, so I volunteered to find out. As soon as I said I had nothing, Master Calvin's face turned bright red and his advisor dragged me behind the altar to the prayer closet. The prayer closet was a windowless storage room barely big enough to stand in, filled with cleaning supplies that burned your eyes and throat, with nails hammered through the wall so you couldn't lean against them without being stabbed. After 20 minutes of chemical fumes and stabbing myself trying to find relief, I screamed that my cousin Martha had stolen a cookie. Master Calvin smirked and said, "See how much better honesty feels? God's love is flowing through you now." After that, anytime Master Calvin thought our confessions weren't good enough, someone got thrown in. We'd spend hours in complete darkness while our stomachs cramped from hunger, and the congregation ignored our cries for help. The longest I lasted was 3 days, surviving on drops of water from a leaking pipe while trying not to breathe chemical fumes that made my head spin. Other kids would slip me notes under the door, begging me to give Master Calvin what he wanted so they wouldn't have to hear me screaming. We always broke eventually, selling each other out to escape and watch our former friends get locked in our place. The confessions escalated over 2 years until I was destroying lives every Sunday. I'd revealed affairs, financial struggles, family abuse, and addiction problems. Some true and some fabricated, watching families get torn apart while the congregation applauded my spiritual maturity. Each confession felt like swallowing poison, but the alternative was returning to that suffocating closet where kids often collapsed from dehydration and blood loss from the wall spikes. Master Calvin would watch us suffer through a window, taking notes on our pain tolerance and laughing with his advisors about which children broke fastest. The breaking point came when Master Calvin demanded I confess about my own parents' secret sin of questioning church doctrine. Your loyalty to God must be stronger than your loyalty to family, he explained, his eyes gleaming with excitement. If you truly love your parents, you'll help me save their souls by revealing their rebellion against divine authority. My parents hadn't questioned anything, but he wanted me to lie and destroy my own family just like I'd helped destroy everyone else's. Instead, I ran to my parents and told them everything, even showing them the prayer room with its blood-stained walls and nail spikes. I thought they'd believe me and help me escape. They didn't. They said there was no way their spiritual leader could be capable of such manipulation and accused me of staging everything myself. They sobbed that I must be possessed by demons and brought me to Master Calvin to be fixed. His punishment was worse than the closet. I was to be cast out of the community, abandoned in the forest in the middle of winter, and left to die like the demon child I'd become. But 3 other kids, ones I'd betrayed in my testimonies just weeks before, came forward and supported my story. One of their parents finally believed us and called police, who found years of psychological torture and child endangerment orchestrated by Master Calvin. He was arrested for child abuse, false imprisonment, and running an illegal surveillance operation using minors. It's been years since I escaped that community, and I wish I could say I've healed. My parents still follow one of Master Calvin's disciples and won't speak to me. I have a group chat with the other kids who escaped, but it's hard for us to trust each other. We know we'd all betray each other again if we had to. We've done it before.